My experience with TTI, I went to the January retreat with my girlfriend who had been a member for a few years, so she introduced me to TTI, and it had turned around her practice and I desperately needed some help, so I joined in January. So I'm, I guess, a relatively new member now that it's October, so 10 months of their support and help. So historically, I have owned my own practice I've been in dentistry for 34 years. I've owned my own practice for 31 years. It's been a rather unusual situation, I think. I joined an existing practice with my partner, and I worked with her as an associate, and then 2 years into it, I bought what I had developed as my own practice from her back in 90, don't do the math. So bought my own practice. So what we were two independent practices in a small house in Sonoma. And we shared staff, shared supplies, shared happiness, shared agony, shared everything. And then my partner retired this year, and we had to decide how we were going to have her retire. Was she going to sell? Were we both going to sell together, or was I going to buy her practice? So it ended up that I thought it would be better if I bought her practice, because then there would be consistency for the staff, because we have a staff that has been with us anywhere from 12 to 40 years. So it's a long-term staff, very loyal. So my thought was that if I bought the practice, we would have consistency for the patients, because even though I never really saw Kristen, my partner's patients, I was there for them when she went on vacation or if there were emergencies. And they knew me as being there all these years. So I wouldn't be as new of a person if we had sold to somebody else and this whole new personality came into the office. So that's how me buying my partner's practice came to be. But then it turned into something else. So TTI's involvement when I purchased the practice was not so much of actually purchasing the practice, it was after purchasing the practice that I really needed their help, because our practice was stuck in the 80s mode and the old rules of my partner. And what happened is I felt I needed to bring in someone to help me with all the changes and helping the staff adjust to everything. And what actually happened is we had our hygiene explosion in April, and it actually turned into a hygiene implosion. And so, it was a good thing it happened, but at the time it was horrible, because in this first 6 months of me owning this new practice, 6 out of the 9 staff left. And so I had to basically start all over with everybody. And TTI was there to hold my hand, essentially. We had many crying phone calls, and I got sent to the principal's office because at one point I texted my coach Kelly and said, I have no staff, so I have no idea what you guys are going to be helping me with, because there's nobody to help. And she's like, no, this is the time where you need to set up your core values, and you need to learn what type of people you want to bring into your practice to have the culture that you want, because the culture that we had previously was very toxic with the people that had been hired basically by my partner over all the years. So now it was my turn to hire the people that I knew in my heart were going to work well with me. And that's how they were able to help me in that aspect of things and tell me how to hire people, because I'm like, I don't know. So, there's websites, there's Indeed. I didn't know any of this stuff. I actually got some assistants that were vet techs, and so we're starting them from scratch, and that's been a lovely process. So starting new people into the field of dentistry and finding how much they love the field of dentistry. So it's been good. So recently I purchased my partner's practice because she retired. And during the course of the transition, that's when I had TTI come in and help, because I really needed to set us all off on the right foot. And so I had the perio explosion, and it turned into a perio implosion, where during the first 6 months of the practice, 6 out of my 9 staff decided to leave because it wasn't a good fit anymore, I guess. But TTI was there to hold my hand, help me find the websites that would help me hire people, give me the moral support to keep chugging along, and finding people that would fit in with our new core value system that they helped me to develop. In hiring my new staff, it's not, I mean, I wish TTI could have said, here's a new person for you. You will love them, here. It wasn't quite like that. What they helped me do is figure out what type of person is going to fit into the culture in my office that I needed to feel safe and have the rest of the staff feel safe, and be productive and energized and happy, and all the good things that can come from a team that is working together efficiently. So when I met somebody, I was able to find those qualities in that person because they had helped me define those qualities of who I was looking for. So I have been hiring new staff this past 6 months, and in the process, TTI has been holding my hand and being my moral support. And how they have helped me is defining qualities that would work well in my office and the culture that I have developed within my office. So if I meet somebody, I'm able to see if those qualities fit into what I want in my office. The new group of people that I work with, I think they're awesome. We're all learning new things together, so that creates a fun type of energy because we're all interested in improving ourselves and the care that we can give to the patients, and we all help each other. We're all kind to each other. It's wonderful to wake up in the morning and be able to go to the office and know that there isn't going to be anybody stirring the pot, that everybody's there to help each other and be a cohesive group of people that are just there to help us, each other, and help our patients become as healthy as they can be. I recently bought my partner's practice. I cannot adopt all these people and work with them myself. So I had told TTI, my coaches, that, oh yes, I will be bringing on an associate, and I'm thinking I'll do it 6 months from now. And they're like, no, you need someone now. So I'm like, I don't have anybody now. I don't know how to do this. As it turned out, my associate actually contacted me. We actually went through the ADA ADAPT site, which is like a love match for dentists. But the way TTI helped me with that is, again, defining the qualities of a dentist who would fit well into the practice. And then also, when he did come in, we had a group meeting and everybody was able to meet him, and just getting the thumbs up from everybody was validating that I chose the right person. So, yeah. And it was, it's an experience doing that because this is bringing another personality in the office, which is always kind of scary. You want to make sure this person has quality dentistry, quality values, isn't going to overtreat, and fits well with everybody else in the office. And he does. It's been wonderful. So, when I brought in my new associate, basically the benefit of having TTI during this year is there's been so much transition in my office between new staff and a new associate, is that having them come to the office and do the trainings in our monthly meetings has enabled all of us to be on the same page, because it's bringing a whole new group of people together, and this way we all have the same thought processes, we're all learning the same things at the same time, so we can all work together towards the same goals. So I feel that working with TTI this past year has given me the strength and the support and the knowledge and the hand-holding and friendships with my coaches that have made things possible for me to make big changes in my office. And that, I didn't think that could ever happen, actually. I thought we'd be just doing the same thing forever, which wasn't very productive. So it's been a game changer for our office. And I think everybody appreciates it. It's always scary to bring in new people who are like telling people what to do, but I think all of my staff have accepted everybody and listen and appreciate what we're learning. So if I had a colleague that had questions about how they were running their practice and they were looking for someone to help guide them, I would recommend TTI just as my girlfriend recommended them to me. I have, actually. And yes, it's a lot of money, but just like my girlfriend told me, you will have that money back. I can't remember what time frame she said, but I will say that I am not a real ambitious dentist. I enjoy my time with my patients, so I'm not like this. But what we have done, I mean, it's the simplest thing. We put fluoride on people and we take annual bite wings, and just, having the permission to do that has made the entire difference already. I mean, it's a silly, easy concept, but it's totally made a difference in our practice. And just doing that baby step, there's more to do, and I'm looking forward to incorporating the things that are more to do, but you can only do so much. I feel like I would recommend TTI because I feel this is what I need. I feel like it's a family. I feel like I have had other people come into the office, and they come in, they go out, and they give all these things, and you're like, bah, and you're left with nobody to say, hey, what about this? What about, they give you accountability, and you need to make sure you're keeping up with what they're telling you to do, because if you don't, then what are you doing this for? And I feel very comfortable coming to the meetings because everybody is so friendly and so warm and inviting and sharing. Usually you go to a meeting and dentists are kind of standoffish because most of us are kind of shy and you don't talk to anybody, but it's very open and it's very comfortable being here, and that means a lot to me.